Welcome to WEFM's 3 p.m. news. I am your presenter, Jessica Klein. First on the local scene. Last week, the Strengthening Resilient Water Resource Management in the Eastern Caribbean Initiative completed the initial phases of its preparatory stage by hosting an inception workshop in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This meeting marks the end of a series of stakeholder engagements in the three project participating countries, carried out by the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, and funded with a contribution of Canadian $4.8 million from the Government of Canada. The project, known as Water for Resilience, W4R, aims to assist vulnerable communities in Grenada, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines to enhance access to secure, eco-friendly water supplies and improve ecosystem conservation for better water resource management at both community and governance levels. Additionally, the project includes a regional knowledge sharing component to promote better water management practices. Minister of Urban Development, Benava Brown, expressed the government's dedication to the project, highlighting its transformative impact and alignment with the National Economic and Social Development Plan. She acknowledged the escalating challenges brought on by extreme weather patterns, such as increased soil erosion and disrupted water systems, as she emphasized the gender-responsive aspect of the project and praised its focus on the enhancement of the resilience of women in agriculture and female-headed households to water-stressed situations caused by climate change. The Water for Resilience project aligns with UNDP Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean's commitment to building resilient communities that can withstand crisis while addressing gender vulnerabilities. On Tuesday, 26 March 2024, 13 forestry officers from Forestry Services St. Vincent and the Grenadines successfully completed a chainsaw assessment in Montreal, sponsored by the Volcanic Eruption Emergency Project, VEEP. The assessment, overseen by a team from the Sector Skills Development Agency, SSD, aimed to establish the participants' proficiency in chainsaw operation, maintenance, and safety for certification as operators. Endel Johnson, Director of the National Qualifications Department, NQD, Eslyn Yearwood Thomas, SEO Quality Assurance Officer, Asha Blucher, Prior Learning Assessment and Recognition, PLAR Coordinator, and Sabrina Murphy Bascom, Verifier, led the assessment. Additionally, key project personnel, including Roxanne John, VEEP Project Coordinator, Davina Roberts, VEEP Project Officer, and Joseph Ince, VEEPIT Project Officer, were also present. This certification program not only provides operators with essential skills, but also prepares them to become trainers, promoting a sustainable knowledge-sharing environment within the forestry department. Aligned with the Forest Biodiversity Conservation and Watershed Management Project, this initiative contributes to the broader goal of rehabilitating forests affected by the 2021 Last of Rare volcano eruption and Hurricane Elsa. The VEEP project, funded by the World Bank, aids the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in emergency recovery and restoration in regions affected by Last of Rare's volcano eruptions. Administered by the Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning, and Information Technology, the project is pivotal in the nation's environmental and economic recovery efforts. Still on the local scene, a contender for the presidency of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union, SVGTU, has raised concerns about the electoral process and questioned the legitimacy of the results just under a month since its general elections. The union's general elections were held on February 27th and 28th, 2024, and saw the reinstatement of standing president Oswald Robinson. Robinson secured 677 votes as opposed to contestant Nicole Martindale, who received 384 votes. Martin Dale appeared on WEFM's Activated Morning program on March 20th, 2024, where she stated that the election process was fraught with discrepancies. According to Martindale, the person who lost the election for first vice president lost by 2 votes at the first count, and on the recount lost by 80 votes. Citing that there were inconsistencies, Martindale said she wrote the election committee expressing her concerns and requested that the issue be addressed by way of recount, which she alleged was ignored by the committee. Just a day before the staging of the elections, Martindale was said to have been at loggerheads with the SVGTU after she claimed the money meant to be received by unvaccinated teachers who lost their jobs did not receive the funds. An executive committee of the union explained in a press conference that a decision to put aside the money was taken as the money was less than expected. Martindale, during the interview on radio, said that the executive intends to investigate the election process. On the regional scene, more than $52 million worth of illegal narcotics were offloaded, and 27 suspected smugglers have been apprehended by the United States Coast Guard cutter Campbell in Fort Lauderdale. The Coast Guard seized the drugs and arrested the suspected smugglers during a 70-day patrol in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific Ocean. Campbell was supported in its drug interdiction operations from an embarked MH-65 Dolphin helicopter and its crew from the Coast Guard Helicopter Interdiction Tactical Squadron. Campbell also received assistance from the cutter Monroe and the U.S. Navy missile cruiser USS Late Gulf CG-55. The anti-narcotics patrols supported the Joint Interagency Task Force South. The task force on their official Facebook page disclosed that so far in 2024, anti-drug operations prevented 3,355 kilograms of cocaine, valued at $113 million from reaching the streets. Still on the regional scene, the health and nutrition of Haitian children is a concern of the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, following the findings from an analysis which was conducted by the Integrated Food Security Classification Framework, IPC. The number of children suffering from severe acute malnutrition, SAM, so far this year in the CARICOM member state has increased by 19%, according to the report. 1.64 billion people reportedly face critical levels of acute food insecurity, which increases the risk of wasting and malnutrition among children, particularly in 8 regions of the country. Additionally, violence in the Artibonite and Quest Department, located in the capital, Port-au-Prince, is hampering the delivery of much-needed aid and has shaken an already fragile health system. This poses a threat to the lives of more than 125,000 children who are at risk of severe acute malnutrition and related diseases. UNICEF's Executive Director, Catherine Russell, said violence and instability in Haiti have consequences that go far beyond the risk associated with the violence itself. The situation is creating a health and nutrition crisis that could cost the lives of countless children. The deterioration of security in Haiti has continued to worsen since January, with UNICEF being unable to store, deliver, and resupply much-needed aid to the populace. Earlier in March, one of 17 UNICEF containers was looted from the Caribbean Port Service in Port-au-Prince. Finally, on the international scene, a fire in a nightclub has left 29 people dead in Turkey, according to reports. The club is said to have been closed and undergoing renovations during the day. It was located in the basement of a high-rise building in Istanbul. Governor of Istanbul, Davut Gül, told media that the cause of the fire has not yet been identified, but assured that investigations were continuing. The victims of the fire are reportedly employees, but it is not clear whether they were contractors or employees of the nightclub. Istanbul's mayor offered his condolences on social media, saying, "May God have mercy on our citizens who lost their lives, and I wish a speedy recovery 2 are injured. This has been WEFM's 3 p.m. news. I have been your presenter, Jessica Klein. Join us again at 5:30 p.m. for WEFM's evening news, and we thank you for listening.